is it you pray for?
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 75th episode of Abyssal Musings. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me is my co-host and partner, Lawrence Knight.
No greetings for you num-nums. We've actually been here all along watching you guys. I set the
Don't make
counter.
it creepy.
Well, I reset the counter and you showed up like 30 seconds later. So you were actually here before the doggone deadline anyway. But just so you complainers in the chat, just so you know, he was ready to go at 10:29. I asked him to give me a minute so that I could get myself set up to make sure my internet is working. Which, by the way, as you can tell, Samuel the Cryptid, you notice I'm not skipping. There's not any issues. Nothing's going on. You know why? Because a new router was bought for this house.
No, that's cool.
I did some investigating and I called the IT general, which is my wife, and we figured out what was going on real quick. And I was like, you know what? Spectrum's router sucks. And
Yeah.
so we went to a place where it's the best place to buy stuff, so they say. Got a specific type of router, hooked it up. Presto. No more cold, high, sucks. None of that. No, and pick go sucks.
Why are you insulting the audience?
I'm not insulting. Look at the chat. Look at what they were saying while you and I were having our quick meeting.
Yeah, no, I saw it. It's fine. Chat's going to chat. That's how this works.
And certain people accused me of unfairly and unofficially claiming first, as if I'm the one that sets up the show every week.
Yeah, technically I'm first all the time.
And you don't count because you're setting it up. So there's no chance that anybody else but you can be first because it's your channel.
Nepotism.
Exactly, Andy.
No, exactly. Andy, it's only nepotism if I guess I'm related.
We're not related. If you saw Samuel, which none of you have, he looks more like Caucasian Sasquatch than he does me. So, and they look nothing alike.
And by that he means I'm white with a beard.
Yeah. You know what? And honestly, now that I think about it, given today's story, it would have been great to have Caucasian Sasquatch on here. And I'm sorry I didn't. And honestly, I didn't think about. Now tonight we're continuing the cryptid series. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to focus on this week because there was so much to choose from. And then, shut up, Kohai. Anyway, now that I'm thinking about what tonight's topic is, Squash would have been great for this show because considering where he lived, he may have heard a story or two. But then again, you know what? Why don't we do this? Because next week I was going to do Bigfoot anyway. So why don't we just shoot Caucasian Sasquatch an email and we can interview him about all the people he's terrorized over the past centuries. You're a cryptid just like he is.
No.
Technically, you two are minorities. Ain't that many of you in the world.
No. See, no. Eldritch beings are not cryptids. Cryptids are terrestrial.
Well, from where you're from, you kind of are terrestrial. So to somebody out in the multiverse, universe, whichever, you're a cryptid. You're a cryptid to somebody.
So are people then.
Well,
I mean,
in either case, Sasquatch, I'll send you an email invite for next week. And in fact, I still need to send you an invite anyway because you were kind enough to invite me onto your show, and I'd really like to attend. And now that my internet's better, no one claims to have seen an Elder's Lord. Well, that's because I'm a knight. I'm a special kind of knight.
I mean,
and it's nighttime outside when we stream, so he can't see me anyway. Like John Cena, you can't see
until he
me.
smiles.
Only this time it's for real.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's say hello to the chat before we get too much further here. As stated earlier, Lawrence Knight first. Kohai, good to see you. Suka with us today. Andy Pickle. Scroll. Caucasian Sasquatch. We have Zillage in chat. Good to see you, my man. I think that's everybody currently in chat. There are a few people watching both. Yeah, we got a few people out there watching on the Twix and whatnot. Also on 3 platforms again tonight. This is going to be a usual thing until YouTube kicks us off, and then we'll be down to 2.
Yeah, for real.
So thank you. Yeah. Oh, hey, there's Beak. Howdy, Beak. But thank you all for being here. This is good. It's good to see you guys. Sorry about the sniffles. It's cold where I am right now.
I thought elder beings don't get cold or sick or anything like that.
Yeah, there ain't that many. Like there's, it does happen. We do get it. There's a, we gotta project a semi-mortal form into the reality in which we wish to inhabit. But this is not, of course, all of me. The rest of me is out in other dimensions and whatnot. But this part of me can be seriously inconvenienced by a cold.
Wait a minute, you went out a little bit. Did you say something to the effect? You said we extraterrestrial have to inject a semi corporal form into a woman you want to inhabit?
Not even close. That is nothing. It said nothing of the kind.
It sounded like that's what you were saying, like low key.
I think you're hearing shit.
No, you can't hear that unless it's dropping into the toilet, and I'm nowhere near a bathroom. So I'm pretty sure you made a low key reference about you shooting some form of yourself into a terrestrial woman that you want to inhabit.
Yeah, no, I am referring to, in fact,
something.
I have to stop talking.
A tentacle, one of your bulbs.
Are we good?
I'm asking you questions. I'm interviewing.
Yeah, I don't have answers to these questions. None of these make any sense. They relate in no way to anything that I have said tonight. I was talking about the weather. It's like 17 degrees right now.
But as I said, you as a otherworldly being, how in the hell are you gonna catch a human cold?
It happens. I can get shot too. I try to avoid both. It doesn't end me exactly. It's just really inconveniencing.
So then you're not that powerful of a otherworldly being.
Nah, this is just a projection. It's like dissipating an illusion. It doesn't actually hurt me. It just, removes the form that you see from your perception is all. It's a whole thing. Anyway.
So you 3D printed yourself here.
That's not how that works at all.
I'm asking you honest questions.
I don't have answers that will work for mortals.
Well, look, you look at the chat. We have a pickled cucumber. We've got Asuka. We've got an evil spirit. We've got, I guess, Zillage technically will be somebody with multiple personalities since it takes a Zillage to do a lot of stuff. You've got a cryptid. You've got Bigfoot, in the chat. I mean, we've got some people here. You've got, I guess, the front part of a bird, that being beak. So I'm in special company. I'm just asking stupid questions just to see how you reply to them. Now, and I did do you a favor tonight because there was a news article that, and I'm sure it was you that did it, but I took it off and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with Sam tonight. I'm gonna give him a bit of a break. So I'm gonna erase
Did what?
this article.
What am I getting blamed for?
Sleeping with your best friend's wives.
Are we still there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, sorry, I might have moved away. So,
Hi, Aaron
oh,
Laura.
okay. So, all right. Well, I'll just like I said, we'll just leave it. Um, and we've already said hello to the chat. So why don't we do this? we'll switch gears a little. Suka, why are you laughing at what the hell the Kohai said? I think that a new router has done something. Ooh, you're gonna get
It's
it.
that 5G, dude.
She's gonna pay for that. Hey, Lauren. Aaron's here. Hello, Aaron.
Yeah, I said hello to her just a second ago.
It's nice to have somebody normal here.
For a given value of
Yeah.
normal, I suppose. Yeah.
Aaron, watch out for the demon memer. Anyway, enough with the off-color humor. So, do you remember that story that we read? I think it might have been about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was a story about two people wheeling a dead body to a bank, and actually went up to the machine and tried to withdraw money. You remember that?
Vaguely.
It must have been it had to be about 3 weeks ago. So I thought that was just a one-time thing. And so when I saw this article initially, I thought it was the same one. I was like, okay, well, some of these news outlets must be running out of information because they're running this story again. But no, it turns out this is a completely different situation. This lady wheeled her dead uncle into the bank. Yeah, I'll show it. So,
like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of situation, or just like, here's a wheelbarrow and a corpse.
Yes. New footage shows woman who used dead uncle to sign bank loan arriving by taxi with driver helping to move the body. So,
Hey, Kevin.
So let's you hit this. See if that does anything. Okay, so we've got some we got a commercial going, but there was an update. There was an update to this article. So what they were saying is after this one came out, the uncle was listed as being malnourished, and they think that he was poisoned. Let's get the. Let's see. So this is her
like a Munchausen's by proxy kind of situation.
Yeah.
So that was just the driver. He just helps her load this dead guy into the wheelchair. Jesus, I've seen.
That's what I'm saying. He just.
You and I have both been around corpses, right? They aren't like living people. You can tell.
That's what I understand. And it makes me wonder, what did she give this guy to make him decide to do that? Now, Suka, I don't know. I would imagine at some point, but the only thing that I could think of is that what she gave him is attached to her body and must have been damn good for him to do that. Because I'm sure he just made himself accessory to a crime.
I mean, I don't know. He might have just been like, let's just get this thing out of my car.
But I mean, he had to help her get him in the car in the first place. I, I don't see it. Hold on. See, and he leaves.
Yeah, I'm also curious as to how long this guy's been dead because it kind of looks like rigor hasn't set in.
I think he had just died. We're gonna find out in a minute.
Hmm. Just calmly walking along. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's just a guy in a wheelchair. It's not a corpse at all." Yeah, Andy, that's true. But it also, like, by the time it does, there are other more
Other things
obvious
have
signs
happened
of
by then.
decomposition. Yeah, he looks pretty fresh. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks very fresh. There we go. So
That is
this was
true,
in Brazil.
Cavatino.
This was
And
in Brazil. So the woman took her dead uncle into a bank to sign a loan in her name, arrived there by taxi, with video even showing the driver helping her move the corpse from his car. Erica de Souza Vieira Nunes was arrested Tuesday after taking the body of her 68-year-old uncle, Paulo, Paulo Braga, into a bank and then moving his hand to sign a key document to get her a $3,400 loan. Newly emerged video now shows Nunes, who reportedly told cops that she didn't know her uncle was dead, arriving at the bank by taxi with her motionless uncle in the front passenger seat next to the rideshare driver. I'm sure they're looking for that driver too. So, of course, the video, which has no sound, shows Nunes placing a wheelchair outside the car door and reaching inside to grab her late uncle. The driver then helps pull him out into the wheelchair, where the uncle slumps with his head tilted to the right. At one point, a man walks by and does a double take. He turns around and appears to speak with Nunes while motioning to Braga, but then continues on his way. He's probably saying, "Are you two for real?" Nunes then wheels Braga into an elevator before another CCTV camera captures her making her way along a hallway. Another video taken the day before showed Nunes bringing the visibly alive Braga to the emergency room. Nunes insisted she did know her relative was dead when she took him to the bank to sign documents that would have allowed her to take out a $3,400 loan. His autopsy found that he died between 11:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. local time Tuesday, with his cause of death being determined as respiratory aspiration of stomach contents and heart failure. That's why they think he was poisoned. The police chief said the way the man's blood had pooled within his vessel suggests that he did not die seated, but rather lying down. That's and here she is at the bank.
yeah. Again, I don't think this was too long after he died, because he's just like floppy, like a sock puppet.
Yeah, I think he just died. His attorney claimed that Nunes, so she's in trouble. Her attorney
Yeah.
claims that Nunes suffers from mental health issues and might have experienced a mental breakdown. Yeah, so a mental breakdown causes you to go to the bank and try to pull out some money in your dead uncle's name.
hmm Yeah.
Um,
This also shows if he died while he was lying down, he did not die in that car. He was dead when he got put into that car.
yeah, that's what
Because
I'm
I was
saying.
thinking that maybe he died on the way to the bank, but no, same way Jimmy went. Yeah.
um, but yeah, fraud. She's facing fraud charges of fraud, desecration of a corpse, um, and the bank employee Nunes was seen talking to the dead man and lifting his drooping head. Uncle, are you listening? You need to sign the loan contract. If you don't sign, there's no way because I can't sign for you, Nunes says in the clip while thrusting a pen between his limp fingers. Sign this so you don't have any more sign so you don't give me any more headaches. I can't take it anymore. When the bank staffer noticed that Braga's color looks off and he appeared unwell. She replied, "He is like that. He doesn't say anything." Okay.
Yeah, he's just real quiet and kind of limp
Yeah.
naturally. Yeah,
Just, just,
that's
just, just naturally, man. That. All right.
like how did she expect him to like sign shit over? It's obvious his fucking fingers don't work well enough to hold a pen. You
Well,
know?
either she legit lost her mind, or
She
she
should have
was
to
in
do it
there.
for him.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Either she legit lost her mind, or she just put on one hell of a show. You know. But even if she lost her mind, or even if she was putting on a show, nobody is going to allow her to put a pen in somebody's hand and then sign for them. You know. So, with that said, Here's the second of our three news reports. Does any of this story seem saying it? No, Andy, it doesn't. Okay. What are you looking at here? Sam, can you hear me? Okay. He can't hear me. So, folks, it's just me while he reboots. So, this lovely group down here decided it was okay to. Okay. Oh, you're back.
So StreamYard just dropped me. It wasn't the internet, it was the software.
Nice. Lovely. Yeah, StreamYards has been on a roll for the last couple of weeks. But yeah, you see these kids down here, Sam? Yeah, they thought it was a good idea to snatch bear cubs out of the tree so that they could take selfies with them. Yeah.
Well, how many of them died when the mother found out?
Let's see. Because I'm not sure I'm not sure that the mother was around. It's still dumb.
Should we go to the office? I don't know what to do. Oh my god.
Fucking stupid kids.
She's holding it. She's got one.
She looks like she'd get bit by that little thing.
The bear.
That's not a
Yeah, there goes
Rottweiler
grabbing
cub.
the other one. Yep.
Just keep in mind anything that like we can't show anything with like kids getting hurt.
No, the kids don't get hurt.
Here, take my picture and put it all over media. I'm holding a black bear. No.
That's insane. That's 100% what she's doing. She's taking pictures of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did she just drop it? Oh my gosh, it's running the poor little
It
thing.
wants to get back to its brother or sister. Oh, and it can't because it's too small.
The poor thing.
Put it back. It's scared.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, I hope, I don't know this for a fact. I don't actually know that much about like the mothering of bears, except for the, obviously the fierce maternal instinct. But I really hope it's not like with ducks, where if you touch one of the babies, the mother will just let them die because they smell like people.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I learned that the hard way as a kid.
Yeah. And see, and the other thing too is that they created a real issue because now you've got to get this cub over here. That cub's going to start screaming. You and I both know that bears have very good hearing and very, very good smell. Chances are that mother knows that those humans are near her cubs and is probably on her way back to deal with them. And now they've got to chase this doggone thing down. And I see 8 know me without you.
Hello.
Hi.
No Slice.
What's up? Sorry I'm late. I just got off working from the bar.
No, we're just watching a bunch of idiots snatch bear cubs out of a tree because these kids.
Yeah, I saw this video.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That fence ain't gonna stop a black bear, by the way.
Nope.
Hell no, it's not.
Nope, it's not. And influencers in the wild will do anything for the photo.
Christ, do you know how many people get killed by the fluffy cows in Yellowstone every year because they want to get up close to get a photo?
60 several.
It's at least 3 tourists, usually from Japan or New York City, every year.
I didn't know that statistic, but that's that sounds about right though. I wouldn't put it
Yeah,
past.
and that's just the bison.
Mm.
You
Hey,
know, like
actually, I have a joke. What did the bison say to its child when he dropped it off for college?
Good luck,
Bye,
Dermy.
bison.
son.
Zilla
Yeah.
says he heard you tortured Dermy. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
a dark side, lady.
About a month? No, month. Wow.
Yeah, Dermy was
Jeremy was what?
Beautified. He was beautified.
Yep. I made him my little bitch. That's what really happened. And then yeah, I was like, okay, like I know I have tons of male customers, and they always have reactions like, oh goddamn, that hurts, or they'll start crying even. Dermy had no reaction to the pain I was giving him. I was like, how are you not crying yet? This is stupid. And then I did everything. I did his little cheekbones. I did his beard line. I did the underneath the eyebrow. He did say underneath the eyebrow did hurt. But I was like, no, like I want a full reaction. So he was standing up. And I think Adam that's talking has a video of it. And I really want the videos to come out. As he was standing up, because he's like 2 feet taller than me. And that's speaking a lot because I am a tall person myself. So since he is taller than me, I like looked up into his face. I was like, oh, I can thread off his nose hair. I know. Oh, Samuel left. Well, okay, bye.
No. StreamYards keeps booting him. It booted him out like a few minutes ago, and I guess it did it again. But we noticed Lou's timing is impeccable again as usual.
Yeah.
So, but please continue with your story.
Oh man, I wanted to wait until Samuel got here so he can hear it, so he can be like, "Oh my god, really?"
Okay, well, we can wait till he comes back. While we're waiting, yeah, but we were talking about this, and for this adult to let these kids do that, I mean,
Yeah.
that was dumb, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then she dropped that one, and it was running trying to get back. Okay, now you got to chase this thing and get it back in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Just dumb. And there he is.
And there's Samuel.
Okay, now we can continue.
Okay, hopefully that's it.
All right, what did you hear until you got cut off?
I don't recall. I was swearing a lot.
Okay, so I'll retrace a little bit. So while I was doing Dermy's eyebrows, and hi Lou Castley, it's been a good minute since I've seen you. I hope you're doing good. But I don't know that's addressed to someone else, but still, it's good to see you. Excuse me. So he didn't have any reaction to when I did his eyebrows, his beard line, even his little cheekbones. I was like, no, I want a reaction. Like I want tears. I want him screaming. Everything I've done before the next thing I did to him, he did not flinch. He's like, oh, it's not bad. He's like, it actually is really relaxing. It's like, okay, like I do have customers that say this is very relaxing to me. Some people find it therapeutic. I don't know how, but some people do. So Dermy is like 2 feet taller than me. And when he's a tall dude.
Yeah, he's my height.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine. And I am a tall person myself, so that's speaking volumes. So when he was standing up, I was like, oh, I can thread off his nose hair. So
he had something to say about that the other night on Adam, the Renaissance Nerds channel. He popped in.
What did he say?
He's like, look, there are 3 women who are going to be the death of me. Gal, Horror Amarada, and as sweet as she appears, know me. He goes, that woman is intimidating as fuck. And the devil was like, you didn't have to let her thread your nose hairs, dude. And she's like, she just walked up to you and said, tilt your head back, and you just fucking did it.
Yeah, that's how I did it. I was like, hey, devil, hey, Dermy, tilt your head back. I think I need to look at something. He's like, okay, and then put my thread right on those nose hairs and rip those suckers out.
They made it sound like you were like, tilt your head back, bitch.
No,
Well-
I didn't. I was like, hey, Dermy, tilt your head back real quick. That's how I did it.
Well, Nomi intimidates with her eyes, so it was
Yeah.
probably the way she looked at it.
Yeah, it could. No, it could be. I batted my eyes. I'm like, hey, Dermy, tilt your head back real quick. So, yeah, I guess I do have I have been told before, looks can kill. And I'm like, oh, I kill with kindness because I'm very sweet, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where you get the sweetness from, but okay.
Yeah, you came off a lot more intimidating the way he told it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's how I remember it. Maybe it was out of having an out of body experience, and I just don't remember. If there's videos, I would love to see it. Maybe I did do that. Tilt your head. I remember everybody else saying tilt your head back, bitch. That wasn't me. No, he didn't sneeze. He actually cried. And after so after I threaded his nose hairs off, his face got super red. I'm like, all right, now I got him. Now I know he's miserable. And then after he reacted, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, that was the most painful pain I've ever endured. The next thing Adam that's talking does is he frolically skips towards Dermy and knees him in the balls.
Why?
I have no idea. And then
Yeah.
and then Dermy's like, oh, he
It's-
actually
I can
crouched out of pain.
there's some backstory to that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Essentially, Adam was supposed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. They said Adam was supposed to do.
Adam was supposed to
Oh no, the shitter net.
bring
Oh no! So it's not just me.
Yeah, no, it's him.
some
Sam, no, you're a
Sammy.
robot.
Sam, come back! Come back through the portal.
Robot
Huh.
Sam, come back.
Well, people. Well, everybody. I thought we were done with.
fucker.
We heard that one.
Are you good now, Sam?
He's not good.
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah, okay, now we hear. Yeah. He sounded good right there.
No, what were you saying?
There's a delay on my end, so I'm gonna reset again.
Okay, well, we'll be here.
Yeah, well, we'll be here. We've got Nomi, so I'll interview Nomi. Yeah, how about that? So my next question is now. See, I can understand where Dermy's coming from, and you were probably wearing heels too.
I was not. I was wearing Birkenstocks, dude. I was the most comfortable I've ever been. I actually fell asleep in in the back of someone's truck. That's how comfortable I was.
Oh snap!
I was
Yeah, you were.
tired. I was tired when we were at the Salty Nerd studio.
Did you stop by Joker's bar?
No, I didn't have a time. I didn't have a chance to go to Joker's bar.
He was probably busy anyway, doing his whole. Remember that movie Cocktail? That's probably what he does.
Probably. He was at the FNT meetup briefly and chatted with him for a little bit, but everything was just happening all at once, and I was like, oh, we lost Samuel, but I knew he was going to be gone for a minute. But yeah, the FNT meetup, it wasn't as crazy as last year, and it was good to have 2 nights versus just one night because everybody was back to back and jam packed. But I went to both nights. It was fun. It was sold out. Well, I wouldn't call it sold out because they didn't sell tickets, but I got a hookup with some people, so I was like, all right, well, I'll come hang out, and yeah, it was a grand old time.
That's good. That's good. So, for those who may not have been there, what happens? I mean, what can you tell about these meetups? What happens at a meetup?
You can, well, since okay, since it wasn't as crazy as last year, this year was a lot calmer, more organized. And Gary's wife, does a good job of organizing things. This one was more, I guess, like tripled organized, if anything. A lot of people were able to walk around, do things. So at these meetups, what you can expect is meeting people who you've met through the YouTube sphere, like through this fellowship. They all gather there and hanging out, and you just reconnect with you just meet the connections that you meet through the internet, and you meet them in real life, and you can go off from there, doing your own thing, and meeting the people that you follow on the channels. I know, FNT, go figure, right? Organized. Melissa, Gary's wife, had her hand on everything, and she is so sweet, so organized. Yeah, I mean, I actually spent some one-on-one time with her, and I'm like, I've never spent one-on-one with her or Gary before. Well, Gary maybe, but like with Melissa, I got to know her pretty well. She's so great. And the bar that we were at, man, the staff knew me already, because like they're like, hey, this is your third time here, like third year being here. It's like, yeah, like this is a lot of fun. They know my drink by heart. They're like, yeah, your Moscow Mule, we got you. And just having good conversations is what you can expect. And you obviously get to see the people who you follow, like Kinnell, Gary, Porter Black, Jeremy. And if you get Ryan Kinnell enough drinks, he'll start singing songs with the guy who plays the saxophone. That was random. Did not know who that guy was. He doesn't even follow any of the FNT people, from what I've been told. He was just there random walking around the street, and he's like, hey, let me play my saxophone for you guys. And Kinnell just went with it. And yeah, it was. I also went to the Film Threat meetup as well, and that was a lot of fun as well. So overall, just expect funness. And if you meet people that you're like, hey, like let's just go walk around Fremont, let's go walk around the Strip, it's gonna happen. And that's where you build your most memories from.
Nice.
Yes. Even okay, so he is super nice when he's drunk, and when he is sober, he's actually still super nice. He's a nice guy. So I mean, oh man, I can't really rat him out. Like, he's not a nice guy. He's actually he's a jerk in real life.
I think everybody knows that he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. If you have a chance to meet with him, I highly recommend like just hanging out with him, having a drink with him. Okay, so funny story. So he was at the Film Threat meetup, and I was there as well. And my sister decided to come with me last minute to Vegas, because I drove up there. So she's like, oh yeah, I'll go to the Film Threat meetup with you, not knowing she does not follow any of this fellowship whatsoever. She does not know who anyone is. And so we were there hanging out. So she met Kinnell. She's like, oh yeah, I've seen a couple of your videos. And then she told him straight up to his face, like, yeah, I think you're like this really mean, misogynistic asshole and everything. He's like, really? Oh, like, well, I just, that's just how I promote my show and everything. And we were all hanging out as a group, and all of us, like me, my sister, Kinnell, a few other friends, we had a little bit too much to at least me, had a little too much to drink, and I got super hungry. It's like, man, there's no restaurant here. I'm gonna order food. So my sister and I ordered ramen, and he ordered food with me too. He got on my order as well. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, it's fine. It's fine if you want to get food. So yeah, he got some like whatever pot stickers or whatever Chinese food, whatever we ordered, and it was pretty good. And then we left. I was like, okay, he just hopped on my meal train, whatever, that's cool. But he pays it back. He pays it forward. And when I saw him at the Dallas meetup last year, he bought my dinner without telling me he was gonna buy my dinner, and I bought a lot of stuff. I was like, dang it, like I didn't want him to pay. And then so I guess it's just payback, I guess. But let's see. So that was a Film Threat meetup, and then on the Wednesday meetup, I went and did my own thing with a few other people. And then Thursday, Wednesday, yeah, I went. So Wednesday I went back home to my hotel. Thursday, that's when I went to go do a couple of things with people on Fremont Street. And then it's Friday after Salty Nerd hanging out with Dermy, Devil, Adam. We went to Fremont hanging out. We did karaoke, and then Kinnell showed up. Like, oh, okay. So if you haven't seen on Twitter, Kinnell posted a video of him singing Ludacris's part of Usher's "Yeah" song, and I'm there.
Oh Lord.
I'm there hanging
I've-
out, dancing,
I've seen-
and cheering him on.
All of the videos, yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild night, and he like got it. We did not know he was gonna do that, like hop on stage and start singing. It's like, oh, okay. Because when I got there, because I got to the karaoke bar late, and then he came up to me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna sing." I was like, "All right, cool. Like, that's your call." And then Usher's "Yeah" came on. We're like, "Yeah, this is a good song. This is a banger." So we're on the dance floor dancing, and next thing we see him jump on stage. He's like, "Watch out, because I'm all ridiculous," and he's singing like the Ludacris part. Is like, oh, this is the side of Kinnell I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And then those black girls, they were into it. Oh my gosh, like, and the audio didn't catch it, but one of the girls was yelling out, "Yeah, I love a white man who can sing my kind of music." I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, there was a
guy's
lot of
big.
speculation about whether or not he took any of those women home.
Yeah, no, we were looking for a Denny's afterwards. They disappeared after. They were super cool and like chatty, but I think they took off. But yeah, they were so sweet. They were so nice. But Kinnell killed it.
That's good.
And I can't, man, backstage I'll tell you guys, but I have some other karaoke songs.
Uh-oh.
Videos I can share.
There were some that weren't released. There are some that are going to be released but haven't been yet. There were a few that were obviously out there already, like True Pop Culture 7 singing Justin Bieber's Baby, which was fucking amazing.
Yeah, he did a good job. That was a lot of fun.
Well, we've been calling it Justin Bieber for a year.
I was just about to ask this question. Did he get anything?
No, okay. I think there was a follow-up video from Kinnell's post from Iron Oxide, and it's the same song, the same song that Kinnell's doing, but it's a different perspective. It's Ironside's phone. One of the girls, no bras or panties, but one of the black girls was like, I can't say it without laughing. Because I got so embarrassed, but I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Okay, so like what happened? After one of the black girls like, yeah, I love it when a white man sings my kind of music. Her friend next to her starts lifting up her boobs.
Oh Lord.
And I'm like, oh my god. And then the thing is, you can see the video from Iron Oxide's perspective. She's like, her shirt's still on, and she's just lifting up her boobs like she's bouncing them up and down. Oh my god. So yeah, it was a pretty wild night. So yeah, I don't think he didn't get any bras or panties. He got some favoritism for sure.
Well, you know what they might have done was they might have waited for him outside so they can bounce a bottle off his head and drag him back to their hotel room.
Man, probably. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, it was overall a good night. We're all hanging out, chatting, and yeah, it was just fun. And yeah, we were looking for a Denny's. We were trying to find something to eat, but like, we can't find anything. Let's just go to another bar. So we went to another bar instead. Yeah. And I didn't get back to my hotel room that night until 6 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, the other night, Adam is a witness. We didn't get back to, because we were staying in the same hotel. We didn't get back to our hotel until like 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys closed Vegas down.
He
Yeah.
actually said something about that. I don't remember if it was on camera or on chat. He was just like, somebody kept me out till like, such and such wee hours of the morning. It's like, you could have said no.
He could have said, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I was tired too. I was there because he was drinking.
I would have just left. I'd have been like, guys, I'm out.
Okay, well, the hotel that we were at has a 24-hour bar.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
that's
you were already home, basically.
yeah, we
Well,
were already home. We just needed to go up the stairs. That was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he said no, and I couldn't even finish my beer. I'm like, hey, like, I'm calling it quits. Can you finish my beer? He's like, you barely even touched it. It's like, because I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, Adam. I want to go to bed. I kind of had a hard night, okay? Like, I want to go to bed. My feet hurt. But yeah, it was a blast. I would 10/10 recommend.
Yep, sounds like everybody who went had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. Food was good. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know. I'm sure there's videos. I don't know if this has been said yet, but I can out eat Dermy at a Brazilian all you can eat steakhouse.
He mentioned that.
Yes.
And that's I've been to a Brazilian steakhouse, and guys, let me tell you something. If you've never been, if somebody can out eat another person at a Brazilian steakhouse, that's a lot, because that meat doesn't stop coming until you. Did they have the thing where you flip the little? It's almost like
yes, it
like
was that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so I had my little card on the green side throughout the whole time. They're like, "Would you like bacon wrapped steak? Would you like bacon wrapped chicken? Would you like bacon wrapped pork?" I was like, "So pork on pork? Yes, I'll take that." And and then sirloin steak and pork chops, lamb chops, like all the meats you can think of, and it's all cooked and grilled like fresh from, the grill itself, and they just slice it up for you and put it on your plate.
Mhm.
So I think Dermy had like 13 plates, and I had 20 plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 plates?
Yeah.
I only made it to like 5.
No, Larry, I can eat, dude. What were you saying, Sam?
To be fair, Nomi's metabolism is much higher. I said, to be fair, Nomi's metabolism is much higher than Dermy's.
But I'm fat as fuck, dude.
He's fat.
But I wish my talent was as great as someone else's. But like,
well, now, wait. You're saying that, but look, I saw you in that G&G video when Beardo was walking around. You ain't fat. I saw what you look. I was like, hey, Nomi's been working out. You didn't look fat to me.
Oh, I'm trying to get myself better, but yeah. Oh, even when I posted that photo, of me holding that 50 cal, yeah, I'm doing my best to like get my body in tone. Summer's coming around. Need to look good in those bikinis.
Uh-oh.
But after eating 20
So's
plates,
Dermy.
I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. But after eating 20 plates, I'm pretty sure that set me back like 60 pounds. So, you only YOLO once is my motto.
Well, I mean, working in a bar, you're burning it off. I mean, you're constantly moving around.
Yeah, I'm constantly moving around, but like I was constantly moving around in Vegas, just walking around trying to keep up and everything, and then also being in the sun shooting guns with Alec Baldwin's finger and Yo Pop. So yeah, I needed the energy. Oh my gosh, and like so Kratos, like after we were done shooting, me and Gal were just burnt. We're like, oh my god, we need water because we didn't think to bring water. And we didn't think to bring snacks because we were stupid. And we got to the gas station, the first gas station we see after leaving the desert. And then I'm like, I'm just going to stay in the car because I am just tired. I cannot go any further. Kratos comes back. He's like, hey guys, I got Cheez-Its, some mango slices, some waters. And as soon as I took a bite of those Cheez-Its, I was like, oh my God. Like, I felt life coming back into my body. I was like, oh, this is what I needed all along. I just needed carbs.
yeah, like Zilla said, you were in a desert with that skull next to it. Yeah, you were on your way to the pearly gates.
I really was. I was coming to see the Lord sooner than I thought, but I honestly, I would have been okay with it, but you know, God had other plans. He's like, nah, girl, you need to still stay down there. I was like, oh, okay. But but yeah, I just take pride that I can one up Dermy on eating food.
No, fair enough.
I wonder if that was a blow to his ego.
Oh yeah, I know that's a blow to his ego.
I mean, what little ego he possesses.
I know, because he's a cheap whore anyway. So
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's funny. So you guys got drunk, and it's actually leads into the next article I have. I don't know, and Sam, you might have heard about this. Uh, two vultures were found. Two vultures got found. They were drunk, and they were trying to fly, and they couldn't fly, and they were like leaning on each other's stuff.
pray tell, Larry, what happened in this story?
Here, let me present.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, drunk vultures found actively dying until wildlife refuge helped detox them. So, a couple of black vultures. So apparently, it was a day earlier. It was just before the solar eclipse on April 8th. So why this is just now getting reported, I don't know. But I mean, several days later. But basically, they got a hold of something and partook. And it was determined that they were too drunk to fly. Here's one of them hung over, by the way. I'm wondering if Adam looked like that at the end of that one night after drinking.
Not yet. I mean, if anything, that would have been me because I'm like, dude, I need to go to bed. Please leave me the fuck alone.
But yeah, no, I just thought this was just something. At first I felt bad. I was like, I don't want to kind of talk about this topic, even though it was a quick one. But you know, the birds recovered. They don't know what they got drunk on, but they were definitely flopping around, and they were, you know, somebody got a hold of them and got them to a quote detox facility, and then they took them home, you know, sent them on their way. But I just thought it was just a kind of a little bit of a cute way to end the news cycle. But yeah, I mean, you figure with cocaine, you know, bears and all this stuff floating around, I just thought it was something that was funny.
Mm. That's pretty funny to see drunk birds.
I imagine that they were, they weren't dying; they were just wasted.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, come on, this heading, man. They were just, they're vultures. Think about what they eat.
Meat.
Very hard constitutions, those birds. They can eat all kinds of stuff. Not just meat, actually, but yeah, mostly meat and moldering or festering or whatever, because they're scavengers. But you say this happened the day before the eclipse?
Yeah, so they,
birds have like they have a magnetic sense that humans don't possess. It's how they fly unerringly from point A to point B when they migrate. I wonder if they felt that coming and thought we were going to die, so they decided to get drunk.
Yeah, that's super fair. I would do the same.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, look,
it's gonna happen. It's fine. That the eclipse or that asteroid's finally gonna hit us. Well,
it's like, hey, this is
if the sun can be blacked out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so can I. So might as well do it.
Exactly. He's like, they're like, this is it, boy. But get out the Patron. This is it.
Patron. I mean, I don't want to kill myself that fast, but okay.
Don't forget the Everclear. Don't forget the Everclear.
Dude, the Everclear, geez, might as well just drink hairspray.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or kerosene.
Or diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel. You know, I wonder if you could embalm a dead body with Everclear.
Yes.
You said that awful quick.
Uh-huh.
And you're in Wyoming.
Have you done this before, Samuel?
I ain't saying shit. I'm just saying it's possible.
Well, I'll leave that there. If any law enforcement officials are listening, I know we're not even in the same state. So when you go for him, don't come looking for me because I don't know. Don't worry about it. Kohai, you just implicated yourself. So Nomi,
Yes.
do you know what we're doing tonight?
Mm-mm.
So we are going into part 2 of our cryptid series. You remember when we had that? There was a video series that we did last year. We did a video on, it was a map of cryptids from all over the world, and we got the idea of this year. We would do a spotlight on each one. So today I figured, you know what? Let me start with. I'm not sure if it's a cryptid. Sam probably would know better than me. When I looked it up, it was kind of listed as a cryptid, but I'm not sure. And that is werewolves, which is one of my all-time
Oh, yeah.
favorite. Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they definitely count.
And I figured, you know what? This would be a good lead-in to tonight's topic.
Ooh, okay.
And it is from the first Howling. Now, you guys know there's probably what,
Ooh.
6, 7 Howling movies?
I love this one.
Nomi,
I didn't. That was. But okay.
Nomi. Now we know that you have folks. Nomi has a list of movies that she hasn't seen yet. We've all been there. I do not judge Nomi at all. You should have seen the reaction that I got from friends years ago when I told them that I had never seen Scarface. And at the time I think it was like 2004, and I had never seen Scarface. And the looks that I got. You never seen Scarface? No, I had never seen Scarface at that point. But The Howling is a werewolf series that started off with the first one. The first one, Nomi, don't watch this one alone. Don't watch it at night.
Okay.
Don't watch it by yourself.
Okay.
Because it's legit one of the scariest movies that you could probably watch. Second on, it got stupid. The second one was over
Your sister is a
sexualized.
werewolf.
Yeah, it was over sexualized and it was stupid. The third one, the third one is basically like their version of Halloween's Season of the Witch, which was Halloween 3. You can forget about that one. 4, I can't even remember what that was about. 5
marsupials.
was 5 was decent. Just the werewolf looked stupid. You didn't really get to really see the werewolf. You heard it. So I think that the director took the aim of, it's scarier if you don't directly see it. You just see everybody's reactions, or somebody walking through a dark tunnel, all of a sudden you just see teeth, So I think that they probably just didn't have enough money in their budget to make a decent werewolf. But this guy's name is, no, his first name is Eddie. What was his last name, Sam, if you remember?
Quist. It was Eddie Quist, played by Robert Picardo.
Yeah. So this is Karen. Yes, her name is Karen. And she was a reporter, and he had tried in the beginning of the movie, he tried to get her. I think, now, Sam, do you think he was trying to turn her, or was he just trying to kill her?
Well, for a little context, Eddie Quist is the character the cops are trying to trap at the beginning of the movie. He is a rapist, a serial killer, but what they don't know is he's also a werewolf.
Right. So what do you think he was trying to do with Karen? That's what I'm saying.
Well, he's pretty clear about it. He wants her to tell his story. She's a famous reporter.
Right, but didn't he, if I remember correctly, didn't he try to transform in front of her? And I was like, bro, if you do that, ain't you gonna kill her?
Yeah, well, no, because the werewolves and the Howling are under their own control. Like they attack who they want to attack, kind of thing. He is still aware of who he is as in the wolf form. No, he was doing that to prove to her that he wasn't lying.
That's right. You're right. Well,
Yeah.
this time
This reminds me, by the way, real quick. I got to get my copy back from my sister. She's had it for like a year. I want to watch this again.
Okay. Well, this time I think he's a little pissed at her. As you guys can notice, the gunshot in the center of his forehead. Let's go ahead and play. Ginger Snaps is Larry's favorite. Actually,
Ginger
Andrew,
Snaps is good.
it's dang good. All right, let's do it.
I saw you die.
The great D. Wallace.
You said on the phone that you wanted to get to know me. Well, here I am, Karen. Look at me. I want to give you a piece of my mind. I trusted you, Karen. Ugh.
He's really literal about the piece of his mind.
Yeah, Lou, if you still, well, Lou's probably left by now, but I'll say, Lou, turn your head. He's turning into Andy Pickle. Now I don't know
Dog
about
Soldiers
Doc.
is good too.
Yeah. Now I killed the sound just in case, so we don't get a
Yeah.
copy.
It's probably for the best. We should probably talk over it as much as possible.
Yeah.
'Cause this is
And
a
then
3.5
Lou, I
minute
hope you're
clip.
watching it because it's pretty scary, Lou. So yeah, I understand. Now I understand why Larry told me not to watch it by myself alone. So yeah, dang, his nails are longer than mine.
They haven't even. They still look normal right in this.
Those are normal?
That's
Man, I would run away as far as I can if I ever see a man with long nails like that. I will
no.
never ever
No.
be with nails like longer than mine.
No, his fingers, his hands still looks normal. In a
Oh.
few seconds, they won't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was done by an intern, I believe, from Rick Baker Studios, because Rick Baker had was it Rick Baker or was it the other guy who I can never remember the name of? One of the great practical effects guys from the 70s, 80s, and 90s was contracted to do An American Werewolf in London at the same time that this came out, and so they sent somebody else who is trained and studied under him to go do over there, which is why both movies have incredible transformation practical effects to this day.
Yeah, look at the eyes and just the transformation. Like you can tell that it's got that guy's print all over it. Look at that, the eyes and stuff, man. I mean, if I saw something like that, bro, I think I'd have died of a heart attack. He wouldn't have had to do anything.
Cavitano, same people who did those movies did the Thriller videos. So that's why the effects are similar.
Yep. Because if you remember when Michael transformed, did he put his hand up too as he was transforming?
Yep. Yeah, and then they did that reveal where he looks away and he looks back and he's got the yellow eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, so this isn't even the worst transformation in the movie. This is just the most detailed one.
Oh,
the worst one involves sex by a campfire, and it's super fucked up.
Oh yeah, when they transform while they're and you see like Nomi, the graphic for it is just, you could tell it's back in the day. It's like an outline.
Yeah, well, they got to a point where the practical effects weren't going to convey what they were trying to do, so they switched to animation. But it's like halfway through the transformation, and everything up to that point is pretty fucking disturbing to witness, and kind of hot.
Only you would think.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that from anything less from someone.
Ooh, Nomi, look at that. You know what I almost said? Look at that nose. He got some black. No,
yeah, it's a good movie though. You guys, if you haven't seen The Howling, just the first one. But if you haven't seen it, I would recommend it. It's very good. It's got a great ending.
Yeah, it does. And Dee Wallace's character, and I won't give away any spoilers, but her character, albeit not really in part 2, but is the catalyst of the events of part 2.
Yeah.
She's just like, when you're so afraid, you just don't know what to do at that point. And
Where you throw
Yeah.
acid on.
Man.
yeah. But my question is,
Well, this was
though,
also one of the. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
This was. You'll notice here how much bigger Eddie is than he was, and definitely how much bigger he is than Karen. And this was one of the first times that you saw a werewolf in a movie become like truly something other. Like, you go back to Lon Chaney Jr.'s The Wolfman, which is a great fucking movie too. All he really does is grow some hair. He's still the same guy. He was already a big guy to begin with, but he like, the same proportions. But here you can see like the transformation turns him into something else entirely, not a man anymore. And they do it really, really well, because some of this is a guy in a suit, and some of it is stilts, and some of it is puppeteering. It's really well blended.
Yeah. Now, Nomi, you might think that this is the scariest part of the movie. I think it's one of the scariest. It's one of them amazing. But Sam, do you know which part of the movie got me? Was when her friend died, when she tried to place that phone call.
Yeah, that was.
Oh man,
you don't want to give away too
thread.
much.
No.
Oh, I don't have the thread for that guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Nomi, you better. Yeah, he's no Dermy. You're gonna be there for a long time threatening him.
Yeah.
You better make sure you get your money's worth. That's
Yeah,
probably
and Dermy did take forever and a half, so I can only imagine what this guy would be like for me.
You'd still be there.
Yeah.
You would still be there taking a hair off. You'd probably just have his butt cheeks done, and that's about it.
Oh God.
So I wanted to do a good intro to that, because we've all heard werewolf stories. You hear them all through the years. But there's one I came across years ago, and Sam, you probably know about it. Is Nomi? It's there's a suspected werewolf in Wisconsin, the Beast of Bray Road.
Yep, I've heard of it. It's actually one of the more famous cryptids.
Well, please elaborate.
Well, essentially, it's a hound or suspected werewolf or some kind of overgrown canid that terrorizes a place called Bray Road. It's out in the middle of nowhere. I do believe some people have been killed over the years, but most of it's been animals, like deer and cow and such.
Now, I'm wondering if it was just a serial killer wearing a giant werewolf suit.
I mean, that's possible, but it's also possible that it was like if you guys ever, I might have mentioned this before. Have you heard of the Beast de Gévaudan?
I think so.
Okay, so about 3.5 centuries ago, in a place called Montmouchet in Gévaudan, France, there was a series of killings. It was something like 128 people over a period of like a couple of months, murdered by something that survivors who claim to have gotten witness of it say it resembled a giant black beast, but they couldn't clearly describe it. It had possible characteristics of a wolf or of some kind of lion relative, or but it had these kind of quills on its back, sort of thing. And the fact of the matter is those people died. Something killed them. They never caught what it was. They still don't know what it was.
See,
but they know it wasn't a man.
How long ago was this?
About 3.5 centuries ago.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, they're not gonna. But you sure it wasn't a guy in a ghillie suit?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Some of the damage that this thing was doing was beyond the strength of a man.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So Andy's
Very
saying
loosely,
Brotherhood
Andy.
of the yeah. I'd say
Yeah.
he's saying Brotherhood of the Wolf was based off of it. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like even now, um, that's kind of why I kind of like. I mean, shoot, you're not really even depending on where you live, what city you're in. It's not even safe anymore. But I mean, dang, you be out in the middle of nowhere, you don't know what's coming.
You better hope it's Bigfoot.
You better hope it's Caucasian Sasquatch, because if it's not, you got some problems. Let's check out this one. So this guy, I guess he's talking about the beast of Bray Road.
Wisconsin Road alone. The residents surrounding Bray Road have been reporting sightings of a huge wolf-like creature that has been terrorizing the area since the 1930s. They've been reporting damage to property, damage to their vehicles, and even reporting their livestock has been found half-eaten. There are also claims of witnessing this huge animal chasing deer through cornfields during the day. One woman claimed that while driving late one night on Bray Road, she hit a huge animal. And when she got out of the car to see what it was, she saw this huge wolf-like creature just laying there. She said it looked like a gray wolf, but once it stood up, she knew this was not a normal animal. This thing had large red eyes, sharp fangs, and huge claws. Whatever this thing was chased her back to her vehicle, leaving long gouges in the paint that looked like claw marks. There were so many reports of these sightings throughout the 1980s and 90s that a local newspaper sent reporter Linda Godfrey to investigate. So what do you think is terrorizing Bray Road?
I think she was nuts for going.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a possibility too. It just could be a really big ass, supposed to be extinct canid. So that's definitely possible.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Andy. Didn't they go extinct? But I mean, they're finding new species of animals all the time, every day. And not only that, but you never know what the government's doing with these things, man. You never know what they're experimenting
Yeah,
on. I mean, even
that's
going
true,
back
but
to
it's also what's also the nature of life. For every species that goes extinct, 3 new ones appear.
yeah,
Like life changes, life moves on. So it could be something new. It could be something old that just hasn't quite died out yet.
true.
It could be a werewolf.
Maybe the stories we hear, well, of course they're based off this thing in part, but I mean, good grief. I mean, if I'm out in the middle of the road and I would have hit something big like that, I wouldn't have stopped. I mean, if you see that it's a big beast and you know it's not a person, I'm not stopping. You don't know if that thing is alone or what.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't risk it myself. There's other things out there to worry about that we know for a fact, like bears and cougars. So yeah, it's not something that I would have done.
Did you say tigers?
Cougars.
Oh, cougars. I was like,
He said,
I could have sworn I heard you say tigers. I was like, what? You know they're not real, right? I mean, tigers are real, but not tigers.
T-I-double-G-er.
The wonderful thing about tigers is that I'm the only one.
Yeah.
let's see what this lady's saying about Murder Geek. Let's see what she's saying. Let's see what she's saying about the beast.
Have you ever heard of the Beast of Bray Road?
Before we continue,
The
Larry,
beast is just
I need to do a quick errand. Maybe like 20 minutes tops. I'll be gone, but I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if we're gone by then, hey, no worries. Thank you for
Yeah.
all as always for joining us. If not, then
Absolutely.
we'll see you when you come back.
All right, cool. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
All right, bye.
See you later.
All righty. So,
Cavitano.
all right.
Yeah,
Cougar Bill
Cavitano,
Candy.
not that kind of cougar. It's a different thing altogether.
Yes, look at Suka. She needs to do a quick errand. You better you leave Aaron alone. So let's see what this lady is saying.
Have any of you ever heard of the Beast of Bray Road?
No, I haven't.
The beast is described as a humanoid type creature that can stand up to 7 feet tall.
Really?
It is said to be covered in fur, and sometimes it will stand on its hind legs, sometimes it'll stand on all four. And it's said to live around Elkhorn, Wisconsin. Witnesses who claim to have come into contact with the beast have said that it has left long scratches on the side of their cars after it's been chasing them. Another witness was chased by the beast after she got out of her car thinking she had hit something. It also left scratches on her car. The beast has
She
also
probably
been seen
hit
in
it.
broad daylight running through fields.
Yeah, that's what the other guy said. That she hit it.
He's like, what the hell, lady? That's what
Yeah,
those
it's like,
scratches say.
yeah, it's like, oh, you throwing down the gauntlet, huh? Okay, let's go. I'd be pissed.
There have been mutilated animals found in the area with only specific organs missing. Sightings have been reported as late as July.
Yeah, I saw this in an article that I was looking at earlier, but that's supposed to be a photo of it.
Of 2020.
But that's like somebody wearing a Yogi Bear costume.
There's many theories on this. Some think it's just a really big wolf, while other people think it's a bear with mange. What do you think? Is there some truth behind it, or is it all just legend? Follow for more scary stories.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing though. This thing has been terrorizing Wisconsin since the 1930s. So you figure the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You're talking 60 years. I don't know a wolf or a bear that can live that long.
No, but I do know wolves and bears that can breed.
True.
May not be the same one. Or it could be something supernatural.
Maybe a bear and a gray wolf hooked up.
Oh, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work at all. You'd end up, even if they did manage to somehow have a child, it'd be like those fucking ligers, right? They're so huge, but they're so like distended and distorted and in pain constantly because their body's full of fucking mutated tumors. Yeah, it wouldn't be terrorizing anything. It'd be lucky to get its head up off the ground. So, Andy or Zillish brought up the Grendel. The Grendel, to my recollection, was a troll or a form of troll, kind of a different thing altogether. And it's same with the Wendigo. I know there's a lot of crossover between werewolf legends and Wendigo legends, but their origins are different. Right? The Wendigos are sort of immortal cannibal spirits that were once men who were driven mad by hunger. Whereas lycanthropes and other shapeshifters or skinwalkers or whatever around the world usually have some element of the demonic or the divine that helped push them in that direction. Like in Eastern Europe, if a witch drank water out of a paw print of a wolf during the full moon or whatever, it would turn her into a werewolf. Or if they wore the skin of a wolf on those nights, it could transform them if they had the right stuff. The whole biting and turning you thing is really kind of a Hollywood affectation that came much, much later. But usually, there's an aspect of curse or something like that. and sometimes there's not. Like the Polynesians have stories about where seals and where sharks, who are sometimes people on land and sometimes seals or sharks in the water, kind of thing. So yeah, it just kind of depends on that stuff. But the Wendigos have a very, very specific kind of origin, and they're not exactly wolfish so much as like all sound and fury. Like there's stories of people stepping outside of their tents and being snatched up by one so fast that it was like the wind, like you couldn't see it, but you could feel it move, and all it was left was the guy's boots because he was taken so quick.
That's fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, all right, real Wade. No, the silver thing actually had very little to do with lycanthropes. It was a thing that was used against the undead, vampires and such in the old lore, because silver is considered a holy metal that purifies and always has been, which is silver does have some interesting purification properties, by the way, which is really strange, but it does it's considered anathema to things that are touched by evil or the devil. So it was used in a variety of things, like wooden stakes kind of came later or from different parts. The whole, a silver stake would have been just as effective or better because it purifies the evil. So, but yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I just kind of ran over your whole presentation with that.
No, you didn't. No, actually, you didn't. That was perfect. So that's good. And we should take time to interact a bit with the chat anyway. So
yeah, I would recommend. So these are kind of kids' books, kind of not. But there's a woman named Nancy Garden who wrote a couple of books back in the way back. She wrote several, but the two that come to mind, one's called Vampires, the other's called Werewolves, and it collects in they're not long books. They're like 100 pages each or whatever, maybe two. And they collate stories, both mythical and stories with like historical records, kind of about those subjects. So like you'll hear about in the werewolf book, she'll talk about the legends about how people become werewolves and all that stuff. In the same book that she will talk about a guy named Jean Grenier, who was, I think, in the 1500s in France, who was caught and executed because he had killed and eaten like 20 kids.
What?
And he believed he was a wolf. And he apparently had some of the symptoms of the actual medical sort of lycanthropy, which causes you to grow a little hair in places, makes you sensitive to sunlight. He found it reportedly easier to walk around on all fours than he did on two legs, kind of thing. Real case, really happened. It's all documented. And as far as they could tell, he was just a crazy man who ate kids, but he exhibited, lycanthropy was not something that they really understood at the time outside of the bounds of the supernatural. So you know how that goes. But I would highly recommend it. Nancy Garden is her name. Check them out. They also mentions how werewolves and witches who are both cursed and touched by the devil become vampires by die. And these are like old world vampires, so they smell bad, they're rotten, they're real fucking stupid, and they're feral. So, but yeah, no, go check her out. They're quick reads. There's a lot of good information in there and a lot of stuff that'll lead you down rabbit holes if you choose to pursue it further. Definitely recommend
it. That's what that's a lot of good information, man.
Mm-hmm. I read them when I was a kid. So.
Well, yeah, but you told me you were an avid reader when you were a kid anyway.
Yeah, I would be still if I had the time.
Well, with you being on 56 different streams, every week, getting invited
we on this again?
Getting invited to online, Hollywood parties and just being all around super important, it
It's 6 shows, first of all. 2 of them are on this channel. One of them is on Exiled Linus too. You know?
That's not an excuse. Not to mention all the 50 other, shows that you're on, got people in the chat saying hi to you all the time, and then accusing me of basically inside claiming that I'm first. Speaking of that, where's Kohai?
I don't know.
Oh
It's right
Lord.
there. That's true.
Of course the demon memer is gonna come to your of course she's gonna come to your aid. Hey, well,
Yeah.
Aaron's still with us. So, folks, I guess that will conclude for this week. Next week we're gonna cover Sasquatch. Hopefully, I can get Caucasian Sasquatch on here as well, and we're gonna have a good time. And after that, we'll see what happens. I'm also gonna let you guys know that those of you guys that love our quizzes, we are currently working on a custom quiz. We'll be using PowerPoint with it. Well, I'll be using PowerPoint with it because basically I'm doing it because, of course, if Sam was helping me, he couldn't participate because I want to make it as fun as possible. I want to add videos on it, and I don't want to add a time limit because we want the whole show to be about that quiz. And it's like I said, we're gonna make it as fun as possible, and it's gonna be interactive. So of course you guys can participate in it. I'm gonna write down names to keep score, which will be easier because, like I said, there won't be a clock running it down. And so that's being worked on right now. I'm ironing out. I mean, we're gonna cover, just when I say law, people doing stupid stuff, stupid laws, just all kinds of just disaster in the court, as you've seen. There's all kinds of stuff. And so every once in a while I'm going to start doing those super quizzes. We'll even do one on Sam, extraterrestrial beings, and with his cousin it, and some of the other Stephen King monsters out there. So just stay tuned for that. I'm not going to tell you guys what day, but it is coming soon. So stay tuned, because one of these days soon, you're gonna pop on and you're gonna see the quiz. With that said, Sam, you have anything you want to add before we check out?
Well, since we've already brought up the fact that I'm on a bunch of other shows, I'll be on another one here in about 2 hours over on Beelzehub. We're back with the pub this week, and then we got Screaming to the Void tomorrow afternoon. It should be pretty good. Otherwise, you can find me on Exile Minus 2 along with Larry, and on Monday nights I try to jump in for Adam the Renaissance Nerd's Mellow Mondays on the Renaissance Nerd channel. And if we ever get back around to doing it again, on Dermy Wormy's channel for Tuesday Night Mayhem. So and then back here next Friday. So that's it. That's all the shows I'm doing anymore. I actually cut a lot of that stuff down. So here we are.
Because you got invited to new ones.
It was just there are literally only so many hours in a freaking week. And by the way, dude, all the same people I do, and you've been on most of those shows yourself.
Yeah, but I was just a DEI requirement. They didn't really want me there.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. In Dermy's case, that's probably true.
No, I am, folks. Honestly, I've been invited to a lot of the same shows too. It's just Sam and I, his schedule allows for him to be on those shows more often than mine does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's it just happened to be that that it worked out that way with my work schedule, and sometimes I don't make the weekday shows just because work doesn't allow for it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, here 2 hours Beelzebub. Go check it out. It's a good time. I believe we have Shaka Zulu and Shaka Zulu 12 and Jack Tarlad on tonight as our guests. So yeah,
All right. With
at
that
least that's
said,
what I was told.
well, we'll see. As for me, guys, you can like Sam, you can catch me tomorrow on the Exile Liners 2 channel. I'm probably, if they do Skinemax tomorrow, I will probably be on there. I am in process of recording again. My apologies to any of you guys that have been waiting for more stories on my channel. Really, I haven't even been pushing it. Yeah, I've got like 2 stories on there right now, but I'm getting back into that. I definitely want to, I kind of want to add some special effects to it, so I'm kind of playing around with it a bit, but I got sidetracked for quite a few weeks, taking care of some other stuff, but I want to get back to it. I don't want to wait a year and then, basically I'd be starting over, before I even really got off the ground. And with that said, you could probably catch me on Devil Made Me Do It's Wrong Think show on Wednesday. And you can catch me again right here next week on Abyssal Musings.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Wrong Think is a perfect example of a show that I can't make because it conflicts with my work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is.
Thank you,
Thank you all
Aaron.
coming. This has been yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you, Aaron. Thank you guys for being here and sticking with us. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and I know we have. Have a great night, and remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.